Imagine this. One morning you wake up, check the news, and the top headline everywhere says, Nikola Tesla and Elon Musk announce joint project. That single sentence would be enough to make the whole planet hold its breath for a moment. On one side, you have the genius who, over a century ago, changed the world with alternating current, radio, and hundreds of other inventions. On the other, the man who can shake stock markets with a single tweet and has flipped the worlds of space travel, electric cars, and energy upside down. Now, these two in the same lab, working side by side? That's not just a collaboration, that's a mind-blowing collision of worlds. You might be thinking, wait, could Tesla and Musk even exist at the same time? In reality, no. Tesla was born in 1856 and passed away in 1943. Musk was born in 1971. But for the next few minutes, let's throw history out the window. Let's step into a parallel timeline, one where Tesla never died in 1943, but lived well into the late 21st century. Maybe older, sure, but his mind as sharp and electric as ever. And in this world, Musk isn't just an investor. He's putting on lab gloves and working side by side with the legendary inventor. Picture the lab. A massive hall, walls lined with giant coils, prototype rocket parts, and warehouse-sized battery stacks like bookshelves. In the center, a long workbench on one end, Tesla with his long old-fashioned coat and messy hair. On the other, Musk in a plain t-shirt, jeans, and a laptop, covered in 3D design models. The air smells like ozone, hot metal, and brand new ideas. Want to hear their first conversation? Tesla, with his Serbian accent, asks, Mr. Musk, in your century, what is it that you fear most? Musk pauses, smirks, and says, that humans won't progress fast enough, that our brains won't keep up with our tools. Tesla nods. In my century, we feared science would be used for war instead of progress. And just like that, the spark of their partnership is lit. Their first project? Global wireless energy transmission. Tesla had tried it over 100 years ago with the Wardenclyffe Tower, but investors pulled the plug. Now, with Musk's budget and 21st century tech, the towers are rebuilt but this time connected to Starlink satellites. The plan? Harvest solar power in space, beam it down to Earth, and distribute it wirelessly to every corner of the planet. Imagine no power lines on poles, no dark villages in remote areas, just pure, clean energy everywhere. But their work isn't just about tech. Their late-night balcony talks are just as fascinating. Musk, with a drink in hand, says, humans need to be multiplanetary. Tesla, holding his old teacup, replies, perhaps before we colonize other planets, we should learn to live on this one as civilized beings. This clash of philosophies leads to some crazy projects. One day, they decide to build a vehicle that can operate on land, in space, and underwater. Because, why not? Of course, it's not all smooth sailing. Tesla disliked capitalists, thanks to bad experiences with Edison and J.P. Morgan. Musk thrives on financial risk. Early on, they argue a lot about budgets and timelines. Tesla says, an invention must be perfect before it's shown to the world. Musk fires back. No, we release fast, then improve. The arguments sometimes turn playful. One day, Musk jokes, if you were alive today, you'd launch the iPhone 30 years late. Tesla grins. And if you were in my time, you'd abandon the tower halfway to build a rocket. And yet, their differences are the magic. From Tesla's perfectionism and Musk's speed, inventions emerge that nobody has even dreamed of. In just 2 years, they launched the first functional global wireless energy network. Then comes their second project. Self-driving vehicles with unlimited power. No fuel, no charging. They draw power directly from the wireless network. Highways, no longer need gas stations or charging points, and even the poorest countries can use cutting-edge transport. Meanwhile, the media goes wild. Every day there are articles, videos, tweets. Some call this partnership dangerous, too much scientific and economic power in just two hands. Others say it's humanity's greatest chance to solve energy, transportation, and communication problems. But for Tesla and Musk, it's about one thing: the joy of creating. One evening, watching the sunset, Musk turns to Tesla. "What do you think people will remember about us in 100 years? Tesla's deep gaze stays on the horizon. Perhaps they'll remember that two men from two different centuries decided to work together for the future instead of fighting for personal glory." Musk smiles. "Then I guess our mission will be complete." So now I ask you, if this partnership had really happened, what would our world look like today? Would we still live with power lines and gas stations? Or would you be listening to this podcast on a device powered by energy harvested from the moon? We may never know the real answer, but imagining it is almost as inspiring as the idea itself. Because when great minds stand side by side, even the rules of time might just bend.